Picture yourself back there, Saturday morning, 9:30. You're sprawled on the carpet in your pajamas, bowl of sugar puffs going soggy, watching Roland Rat cause chaos on TV Am. Your grifter bike's propped by the back door. Your mates are calling for you at 11. No mobile phones, no internet, just a whole day stretching out ahead of you. The 1980s weren't perfect, but if you grew up then, you know these weren't just years. They were your childhood. From Spectrum loading screens to space dust explosions, from Live Aid to the Great Storm, this was the Britain that shaped us. Today, we're looking at 15 things every 80s child will remember. July 13th, 1985. A Saturday that changed everything. Live Aid. You sat in front of the telly for 16 hours straight. Your mum made sandwiches, nobody moved. Queen took the stage at 6:41 p.m. Freddie Mercury in that white vest. Those piano chords, the crowd becoming one voice. Radio Gaga. 72,000 people doing that clap. You copied it in your living room. You didn't fully understand the famine, but you understood this mattered. Bob Geldof swearing on live television, telling everyone to forget buying a single and just give money. Your parents let you stay up past midnight, and for one day, the whole world felt like it was in your front room. The loading screen, those colored stripes, that screeching noise from the cassette player. You'd wait 5 minutes, sometimes 10, praying for Manic Miner to load without crashing at 99%. The ZX Spectrum cost £125 in 1982. Christmas morning, that black rubber keyboard. 48K of pure possibility. You'd type in programs from magazines line by line, hoping you hadn't made a mistake on line 340. Jet Set Willy, Chucky Egg, Saber Wolf. Graphics were blocky, colors clashed, none of that mattered. You were playing games in your bedroom, the future had arrived. And when your mate got a Commodore 64, the arguments started. They never really stopped. The BMX, not just a bike, a way of life. Raleigh Burner, Mongoose. If you were lucky, a Kuwahara like Elliot rode in E.T. You'd spend hours in the park, trying to bunny hop a curb. Skyway Tough Wheels if you had rich parents. Playing cards attached to the spokes with clothes pegs, that clicking sound as you rode. You'd build ramps from old doors and house bricks. Broken wrists were badges of honor. Your mum would shout when you came home filthy. You didn't care. Your bike wasn't transport, it was freedom. It was who you were. Friday night, your dad drives to the video shop. Walls of VHS cases, that smell of plastic and carpet. You'd walk the aisles, studying covers. Action in one section, horror in another, with the 18 certificate titles you weren't allowed near but always looked at anyway. Choosing took forever. You'd get one film, maybe two if Dad was feeling generous. Ghostbusters for the 5th time. The Goonies again. Back to the Future. You'd watch it that night, then again Saturday morning before it went. Back, Be Kind, rewind stickers on every case. The disappointment when your film was already out. The joy when you found something new. Those shops felt like treasure caves. And the walk home, clutching that case, felt like carrying gold. School dinner. The smell hits you walking down the corridor. Turkey Twizzlers. Semolina with a blob of jam in the middle. Pink custard. Proper pink, like nothing in nature. The dinner ladies knew everyone's name. You'd queue with your plastic tray, hoping for chips. Fridays meant fish fingers. The tables were long, benches attached, and you'd trade puddings like currency. Chocolate concrete with pink custard was worth 2 fruit crumbles. The noise, the chaos, the mysterious meat in gravy that nobody questioned. And that pink custard. You can still taste it now. Saturday morning telly was sacred. You'd wake before your parents, creep downstairs, turn on the set and wait for it to warm up. Swap shop or tissoirs first, depending on your loyalties. Then, Saturday Superstore, going live. Philip Schofield in the broom cupboard with Gordon the Gopher. You'd write in, hoping your letter got read out. Phone lines jammed with kids trying to play games live on air. 3, maybe 4 hours of television made just for you. By lunchtime, it was over. Grandstand came on. Dad took control, but those morning hours belonged to children. Nobody else got a look in. The corner shop, 10 pence felt like a fortune. You'd stand at the counter calculating. Space dust that crackled on your tongue. Sherbet dib dabs, blackjacks 4 for a penny, wham bars that pulled your fillings, flying saucers that stuck to the roof of your mouth. The shopkeeper watched you like a hawk, knowing you'd try to pocket an extra cola bottle. You'd count coins out carefully, maximizing sugar per pence. Then sit on the wall outside, trading with mates. Swap 2 fruit salads for a drumstick. The negotiation, the sticky fingers, walking home with a blue tongue from sherbet. 10 pence never went further. Panini sticker albums. The anticipation of opening a fresh packet. That smell of the stickers. The hope. The crushing disappointment of another duplicate. Got, need. Got, need. The playground became a trading floor. Everyone gathered by the wall, albums out, shouting numbers. Need 47, need 156, swap you 2 shinies for a badge. You'd stick them in carefully, lining up the edges. Some kids used glue for the really important ones. That last empty space drove you mad. You'd write off for it, wait weeks. When it finally arrived, the album was complete. You still remember where you kept it. Recording the top 40, Sunday evening, finger hovering over the pause button. You'd sit through Bruno Brooks for hours, waiting for your song. The concentration was intense. Press record too early, you'd get his voice. Too late, you'd miss the intro. When you nailed it perfectly, that was victory. You'd build mixtapes this way, label them carefully in felt tip. Songs recorded off the radio. Tiny clicks between tracks where you'd stopped and started. Those tapes became your identity. You'd lend them to friends. Sometimes you never got them back. But making them was half the point. Mr. Frosty. The advert promised everything. Perfect crushed ice with colored syrup. You'd ask for months, then unwrap it Christmas morning, already imagining the drinks you'd make. Reality hit hard. Crushing ice was exhausting. Your arm ached. The mechanism jammed constantly. The results looked nothing like television, but you tried. For about a week. Then Mr. Frosty went in the cupboard, never to return. Your first lesson in advertising versus reality. Though, honestly, you'd still like one to work properly, just once. The Great Storm. October 15th, 1987. Michael Fish on the news, calm as anything. A woman rang the BBC, worried about a hurricane. "Don't worry," he said, "there isn't one." That night, winds hit 115 miles per hour. You woke to the sound of the world ending. Trees crashing, roof tiles flying. In the morning, you opened the curtains and everything looked wrong. Fences flattened, cars crushed under branches, 15 million trees down overnight. School was cancelled. You walked streets that looked like disaster films, climbing over trunks, exploring destruction. Terrifying and thrilling in equal measure. Michael Fish never lived it down, but you never forgot that morning. The world could still surprise you. The Rubik's Cube. Everyone had one. Nobody could finish it. You'd peel off the stickers and rearrange them, pretending you'd solved it. Take it apart and rebuild it complete. The kid at school who could actually do it was treated like a wizard. Books appeared promising solutions. You'd follow instructions, briefly triumphant, then scramble it and forget everything. 43 quintillion possible combinations. You managed 2 sides, 3 on a good day. That cube sat in your bedroom for years, unfinished. A monument to ambition. You probably still have it somewhere. Top of the pops. Thursday night, 7:30, the whole family watching. That yellow logo spinning. Legs & Co. dancing to songs you didn't quite understand. You'd already tried to tape your favorites off the radio, finger hovering, trying to cut before the DJ spoke. Smash hits told you who to love. Duran Duran. Wham! Culture Club with Boy George confusing your parents. Frankie Goes to Hollywood with those t-shirts nobody would explain. The charts mattered. Number 1 meant something. And seeing your song on Top of the Pops, watching the video on the actual television, felt like the whole country agreed with you. And that's what the 80s smelled like. Dad's Brute aftershave, green bottle, Henry Cooper telling him to splash it all over. He did. You could smell him from the garden. Mum's Impulse body spray, or Anais Anais if it was a special occasion. Shake and vac in the carpets. The plastic smell of a new Walkman. Petrol on your hands from filling up your bike. Fish fingers under the grill. Lynx Africa appearing at Christmas. The first grown-up smell you owned. These scents weren't just background. They were the decade. Catch any of them now and you're 10 years old again. Sugar Puffs going soggy. Whole day ahead of you. No idea how lucky you were. Drop a comment with your favorite 80s memory. What takes you straight back? What can you still smell? Subscribe to keep these stories alive. Share this with someone who remembers waiting for the spectrum to load.